Greeting, we are from AKP, and today we are going to present the analysis of the movie that we chose, which was Midway 2019. And by the way, my name is GILBERT 2210953, and these are my group members: NURSHAFILA binti OMAR 2210996, and DAYANG NURAMIRAH binti ABANG MAHADINI 2211098. So at first, I will go through the reviews on this movie. To be honest, I really love this movie a lot, especially the starring. And this movie splits its sense between the Americans and the Japanese, taking a cue from Richard Fleischer's. And about this movie, there is one line that I could not forget, which is awakening a sleeping giant. That was just so cool, and at the same time, it means to taunt our enemies, and at the same time to make them angry. And I personally like the starring, whom is Lieutenant Dick Best, whom is also a great leader in this movie. And also, he had a wife who is very supportive and always by his side during his worst. Yeah, eventually, Dick Best is the one who I respect and like the most from this movie. So I'm going to move on to, but before that, our group is using the SWOT analysis. So I will go for the strength at first. The strength that we got here from this movie is the US Army had a few leaders such as Lieutenant Dick Best, Lieutenant McCluskey, and Lieutenant Commander Layton, who could really bring out the best from the US Army. For example, like Lieutenant Dick Best and also Lieutenant McCluskey. They are great leaders for their men, and also very supportive leaders for their men when their men are having troubles, like when their men were chicken out and were afraid and were unconfident. They were always there for them. And secondly, we got Lieutenant Commander Layton's prediction and also the strategies of the radio station intercepting radio messages from the US Army. Okay, let's move on to the weakness. The first weakness we got here is Japanese attack on the US Navy ships at Pearl Harbor with their war plans, and started an unwanted war. At first, Japan and the US were at peace, and all of a sudden Japan decided to attack the US by the intention of seizing resources such as oil, etc. from the US. So what we got here was greed. Secondly, is Lieutenant Dick Best's men were mostly chicken out and were not brave enough during the fight between the US and Japan. So what we got here was the lack of confidence. And the last one we got is a lot of men from the US Army died during the attack, as well as during the defense, which caused losses for their families and also for the strength of the US Army. So
Assalamualaikum, my name is NURSHAFILA binti OMAR. My number metric 2210996. I'm going to talk about opportunity in Midway. The first one is the intelligent leader organizes war strategies and has a wealth of knowledge about war. Second one is subordinates who accept the chief orders well without any objection. And the third one is loyal subordinate of their leader. And the last one is a leader who cares about his subordinate. And all this point is because many United States Navy want to give up, but their leader motivate their subordinates and continue the war, which is actually they can resist the Japs and they become more strong. However, United States has an intelligent officer who is Lieutenant Commander Layton, who cleverly finds enemy secrets and code breakers to trace the movement of the Japs coming to attack United States and what kind of superior chief for instruction to subordinate to attack or when to attack and what need them to do. Last but not least, Lieutenant Dick Best convinced and encouraged his men during aircraft attack on Japanese battleship as a leader to his men. Thank you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. My name is NURAMIRAH binti Abang MAHADINI. My number metric is 2211018. So I'm going to talk about threats in Midway movie. So the first is Commander-in-Chief Admiral Chester Nimitz was in touch with American Naval Attached Intelligence Officer Lieutenant Commander Edwin Layton when he disagrees about South Pacific would be the next target, and also other generals found it hard to believe Lieutenant Commander Layton's guessing on what were the Japanese next move during a meeting. This is because Layton believed that the intended target to be is Midway. And because of this, both of them, Admiral Nimitz and Lieutenant Commander Layton, went to meet Rochefort. And in the meeting with Rochefort, Nimitz instructed the team to find a way to definitively prove that AF is Midway. After Layton instructed Midway to telegraph in the clear that they are suffering a water shortage, cryptologists working for Rochefort intercept Japanese communication concerning water shortages on AF, confirming that AF is indeed Midway. So, Admiral Chester Nimitz put trust on Lieutenant Commander Layton a little late. And for conclusion, we need to trust our subordinates, and thus we can make great decisions without wasting time, and we can also prevent unwanted things from happening by making early decisions. Thank you.